So, with the... It looks like it was just the trash can. The wind tipped over the trash can. I'll pick that up. You know what? I'll do it now. Why put it off till later, right? But as I was saying, what was I saying? Nasty. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So it's more than kind of funny to me how that is a totally viral-esque trend going about. The way that's just casual. Oh my god. That's hard wonder. That's harder one-handed. So this whole idea of whatever he won't do, there's another hill figure that is. If he won't do it, another hill figure will. That don't go both ways, right? Because if you think about it, recognize we as humans were not much different. But to a certain degree, even as humans, the difference between the boys and the girls, you gotta respect it. Respect the differences. And one way you can start doing that and recognizing it a bit more is one that's like, hey, even in the simplest of things, we're different. So I think, not that I think, better off I would say that that's just one of those things. It is more so a female girly pop exclusive to say that the other sex, your partners of the male variety, that is an exclusive thing women can say to one another and give advice like, hey, girly pop, if he loves you, then he would. Anything you ask for, he will go out of his way to do it. Love is blind to the stupid games, right? If he won't, someone would. Another man would. And I think that's true. As far as love goes, if one person won't do it, another person would certainly do it for a woman. Because that's just how man loves is. Man's love gets many forms of action behind it first and foremost. Right? I need to get this on the counter. I should have just went back upstairs. Give me a second. Clean counter, immaculate. It's just one of those things. So, like, the girl aspect of the phrase is anything that man, your man, isn't willing to do, there's another one that will. If your man won't do it for you, there's another man who probably should be your man who is willing to do it for you, right? That's the girl perspective. And from one girl to another, even from my male perspective, I'm like, yeah, that's most definitely true. If you want a man who likes you and wants you bad, that dude's probably gonna, more than probably, is going to actually do whatever it is, however it needs to be done, or figure out a way to make that impossible possible. I'm gonna need you to stop breathing and get resuscitated. Say less. They'll figure it out all on their own. No help, some help, no help. They'll figure it out. Stop breathing, die, and come back after a 3-minute time delay. I need them to not do nothing for 3 minutes, and then you come back. Say less. Give me the cyanide. Resuscitate. Resuscitate me. Right? Anything he won't do, there's another man willing to do it. Right? But something that I have heard talked about was like there's gotta be like a male equivalent of the phrase, right? So I think I keep saying I think a lot. Just to let you know, when I say I think, the first thing that comes to mind when I say those words is Realm of Millenia, my book series, which is entirely separate from Funny Guy Friday, right? So when I say I think, just recognize that the moment I say that, I have to get out of my book writing thing, because that is a repetitive thing in my book. Because I'm writing it in the first person, it perverses my actual thinking when I speak my thoughts out loud, because my book is me speaking thoughts of other characters. So don't, unless I say it twice in a row or confirm the words I think with me personally or my personal opinion behind it, it means nothing. Because my book is written in the first person, and me as the author, I am subtly driven to use I think and the word I a lot, because I've been doing it in my writing for a number of months straight. But on the funny note, right, the quote, I know there are many conversations that have been had about like questioning what the male equivalent of the that female aspect of like love. If for a man, like the equivalent of that phrase would have to be something along the lines of, if you have to do something for a girl, because boys and girls are opposites, quite literally, there's definitely a woman out there who likes you enough to not make you do any of those things, right? So on the girl side, it's more of a peacock note, where if the male likes you enough, he's going to show off his colors, show off his tail feathers to get you attracted and let you know, here are all the signs from God. I'm the man for you. Ditch these other losers with lackluster colors, right? And then on the guy's perspective, the opposite is true. Where if a girl so much just freaking likes you, forget talking about love right now. If a girl so much as likes you, if a girl really likes you, she's not gonna make you show off your tail feathers. She's not gonna try and measure and compare you to other peacocks, because that doesn't matter. Love is blind, right? She don't need you to show off your colors as long as you're strong and capable enough to protect her, because you can be peacock and all flashy and showy and be just as ineffective and effectual as anyone else, right? So it is it's rather funny analogy there, that like the girl talk, if you will, is going to drive people to say, hey, anytime there's a man not willing to do something for you, there's another man available to do it. And that is more peacocking, where a girl wants you to pass the shit test with flying colors, right? She wants all those pretty peacock colors to come out and compare your luster to the other peacocks. No, That is very true for the girl's perspective, for their understanding of who loves them more and who's willing to go the extra mile for them. Sure, that is great and lovely. From the male perspective, if a man is in doubt, you gotta recognize if you're given barriers after barriers, and there is no lenience or anything, there's a level of, I don't like you enough to put down these barriers, right? We're playing Plants and Zombies over here, and I got nothing but fences, potatoes, and cannibalistic flowers at that. No, you're not getting through. You'll have a million barriers and a million life-threatening endangerments here, keeping you away from me. Because on the male side, traversing all those things is more than passing with flying colors. It's a direct attempt on your life. And a lot of dudes feel like love is that kind of battlefield. You gotta fight for it, literally. You gotta do all this, you gotta do all that. And something dudes passively know and understand is that life is violent. When I say I want love, I didn't realize love would have to be torture, right? You know the Taylor Swift song, boys only want love if it's torture. It's like, sure, but at the same time, I didn't really realize it had to be torture 100% of the time, right? It couldn't at least not be torture in the beginning or not be torture in the end. It just has to be torturous. I have to get hurt to knock on the door of your heart and love. I had to unlock the door and get home alone shocked. I have to walk through the door, bear all these traps just to realize you're not even in this house no more. This house of love, and I am sitting here bleeding out on this possible floor here. Of course, many people are mad. Because if you have to go through all that, there is definitely someone who does not have to go through any of those things, right? If a girl is making you go through those things, she simply just doesn't like you enough, bro. If a girl is making you go through all these hoops, all these hurdles, all these endangering things, she doesn't like you, let alone love you. She didn't have love at first sight the way you did. She doesn't have an inkling or the curiosity to give you a chance, because every single one of those barriers and obstacles to love and affections have been posted up, and not only posted, they've been fortified. So the challenge has been enhanced. You thought you could get a casual attempt. Yeah, I'm playing casual mode. I'm playing normal. No, no shot, dude. Not a chance in the hell where you were ever considered to have that opportunity. Absolutely not. No, you're not getting easy mode. This is actually hell mode, layered with abyssal settings, okay? If you thought that, no. To a guy's perspective, man to man, I think the sum total of all the thoughts and opinions out on the internet trying to come up with the quote, I think the quote determined was basically like, if you have to do all these things to prove yourself, there's someone out there who she has in mind, and you're not them. If you have to go through all these trials, you have to go through all these tests, she don't like you because there is someone already in her mind who's not going to have to do any of these things. She's going to see them, push everything aside, and say, walk through right here. God forbid he comes through like, oh, I am willing to brave these challenges. And she's like, next door, third floor, skip the second bedroom. I'll be in the last room, right before the last room, actually, behind the purple door, underneath the silk sheets, freshly bathed. Meet me over there, right? If you have to do a million different things to prove yourself, there is someone already on her mind who doesn't have to do any of it, right? But again, equally so on the girl's perspective. If he really loves you, he's willing to do all of these things. And like the Disneyland dream is that regardless or no matter what, there's going to be the person who is given that opportunity to bypass it, but he's still going to prove himself. And that's the one everyone is hoping for. That is the level of depth and connection that everyone across the world who's normal is is hoping for. Where I just found the love of my life. She didn't make it hard, although I was willing to, and I set challenges upon myself to keep it from going too fast. And she helped me and guided me through the troubles in our relationship to make sure I'd never let her down. And we got through these challenges together. We got through the challenges she set up, and I still proved myself even though I didn't have to. And we've been together, never really questioned our relationship, even though there were some hard times going through this maze of a cornfield maze that was set up there, where she low-key regretted half of them, and I'm glad she regretted a few of them because they were heinous endeavors, right? And those kind of things in an idealistic world, that is the perfect kind of relationship, where a girl, you have the opportunity to set up your maze, set up your obstacles. Some set up more obstacles than others, right? But those people, the more obstacles a girl is setting up is just another way of saying, hey, I know what I want. I know it down to the last hair on his beard, or if he even gets one, right? What I want, and all of these obstacles, figure them out. The more obstacles she has, the more idea she already knows what she wants. And the harder it is, or the more impossible it is for you to get through that maze, that means that person was less you, was less used, was less like you. And if you can make it all the way through this impossible maze, that means if she actually likes you, if you were able to brave the impossible, she only likes dude with beards and you don't got a beard. If you were still able to make it past that barrier, guess what? Yes, the final thing is for her to say yes at the very end. And God forbid she's not even there, because remember, she told Prince Charming over there to bypass it and go straight to the bedroom and figure it out. Hopefully, again, hopefully you meet at the door of this haunted house and maze cornfield of obstructions, because you were able to peacock your way through and make it at the door and make it to or through this haunted house to reach her where she has her love and affection, and she is actually able to offer it to you, or willing to, able and willing to offer you her reciprocated love and affection. Many people get into relationships where they went through all this peacocking and they make it all the way to the castle's treasury. And it's like, yeah, did I win something? I mean, I'm kind of expecting to win something. It's like, yeah, here you get 1 shekel. Not the treasury? No. You made it all the way through. You did everything right. Yeah, I just still don't like you. I'm not willing to reciprocate. That's too bad. It's like, you did everything, but no. I'm still holding out for something different. You You did everything, you did it right. It's still just not good enough. That's where that comes from. It's that idealistic aspect of what the right? What the, because that whole funky fresh aspect of these ideals of love and attraction, where the girls are telling girls, if he won't do it, there's another man who will. Because that's probably an honest generic opinion from one girl to another to be shared. Hey, if they love you, they'd be willing to go through it. If they don't love you, but are willing to, but one aspect that doesn't get shared is the fact that a man came up to your little maze and asked questions. That is also showing like, hey, I don't know, but I'm considering it. Oh, I like you, kinda. I'm not love struck and thrilled I have to go through a maze, but I'm considering it. Like, tell me more about yourself. That is also them being like, I love the idea of you. I'm not in love with the idea of having to go through these mazes and obstacles, but I love the idea of you, so I'm willing to learn more and try to see it, right? And because women just share that one aspect of like, if he's not willing, another one is. They also get looped down and bogged down by that idea of, well, if he's not willing to go through just based on how you look alone, if he wants to also measure compatibility before even going through the maze, guess what? Another person will be willing to do that. So skip him, skip that one. Everyone in the maze. Oh, except you, Prince Charming, who just arrived extra late. Oh, no, I'm not going to tell anyone to get out the maze. I already like you. Get up to that room pronto. Stop asking me effing questions. Get up to that room. The time it takes you to get there and get undressed, I will already be laid flat out like a hog for you to stud horse, okay? Because on the dude's perspective, if she's having you go through a million hoops, there's definitely someone on her mind who's not going to have to do none of that. So I very much agree with that perspective of the girly talk to girls. Like, hey, if he won't do it, there's another dude out there willing to. I agree. If he loves you, the dude is most certainly willing to go through hell and high waters, right? But at the same time, if a girl likes you, she's not gonna put you through all of those things. She's not gonna make you do all of that because she likes you back. Let alone if she actually loves you, she's going to guide you around most of it. Even if you still want to go through the maze and go through the challenges, she's going to be that hint box through the tutorial of a video game. Hey, just beware. Click triangle. Please click triangle. How the hell are you not making it past the tutorial? Screw it. I'll add an achievement. Yay, you won. Get the hell up here, please. Please get the hell up here. I want you. Screw whether or not you actually want me or we're compatible. I want you. Call me Mr. President because I want you. Constricted to this bedroom right now. If a girl is making you go through a million hoops to prove yourself, make you peacock, spread your feathers. There is most certainly someone out here, or someone out there, rather, who doesn't have to do none of that. And I would certainly like to know if you guys feel the same. Right? Excuse your mind.